Oh my god, my camera's stroking out there. Okay, so normally I do have a green screen for these videos, but I just don't want to take the time to set it up. I just want to make this quick tutorial for a friend of mine and for whoever wants to watch this video. So yeah, normally right here behind me I would have a green screen, so all this whiteness would just be gone. It would just be my face and my really fucked up lighting. I fully apologize for that, but so yeah, to a very good friend of mine who is about to get this game, I want to talk about a few basics in making your Big Doomie character and just to get through the first area. The rest of the game is for you to explore and experience yourself. Of course, you can also look up Fighting Cowboys. Man, that's actually really cool. If I ever make videos again in the future, this is how I'm gonna make it because that looks really cool. How my beanie's just like invisible. I like that. I really do. I really like that. I mean, it looks choppy and pretty low quality, but you know what I mean. Fighting Cowboy has a good Let's Play of this game, Dark Souls Remastered on PS4, or PC or Xbox, really, whatever system you can think of now. So check out his Let's Play to my friend for my name, because I'm going to continue playing this character once I'm done making this video for good. I am going to go with... Now, what's my character limit? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll call that the 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14. Okay. I think I found out a new way to count. I normally just start with 1 as the 0. Okay, so 14. That's not bad. 14 characters. Huh. Oh, I'm bad at making names, okay? I'm really bad at making names. Okay, we'll go with one that I used for my Bloodborne playthrough, my personal playthrough for Bloodborne. Billy Bob. I just love the name and it sounds dumb. Billy Bob. Next face, you could go with the preset. This has nothing to do with stats. That dude looks happy what he's about to do because that dude may look happy now, but once he gets into this game, that smile's gonna be turned around. Just saying that right now. So the faces in this game look bad, but then again, this game is pretty old. It is, God, like 8 years old. This is the remaster version, but still, like, I mean, this guy kind of looks like me without the beard or mustache, so we'll go with this. Delta Farmer. Commonly seen face in the 5-finger Delta. Well, I want to look at the guy with the smile. That explains why he's smiling. The dude is drunk. I'm going with this. I'm going with this face. I'm sorry. Hair. You got good hair options. I really like this one because this one kind of looks like mine, but clean. Mine's filthy. This one's cool. Probably gonna go sweat back because this is how I keep my hair. Color. You got a couple options. Bloodborne has more options. There's like a color wheel thing, which is nice. I'm gonna make a lot of references to Bloodborne because that is my favorite game of the series so far. Actually, no, Sekiro is. Bloodborne's my close second, and then Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, and Dark Souls 2. I'll go with red because even though you can't see it, I like red. Sex, or whatever. Class. Now, class and gift are the two most important things. The rest of these things are cosmetic and have nothing to do with stats, but these do. So you got a lot of class options. You got Warrior, which focuses more, as it says right there, Fearless Warrior, Weapon Expert, High Strength, Dexterity. Basically, he has higher... he starts off with more strength and dexterity, which is great because those are two classes you need for making weapons or using weapons. So this is great if you want to focus on just hand-to-hand combat with swords and spears and stuff. So pretty good class with lots of vitality, which you need to live. I would recommend this no matter what. If you're playing this and this is your first playthrough, Warrior is your best bet. It is the easiest class to play this game through because you're so bulky and defensive by the end of the game. You're gonna take a lot of hits, but you're going to have a lot of life to recover. I would personally recommend focusing on endurance, strength, and vitality among just those three. Seriously. A lot of health, a lot of endurance is fantastic because that lets you do a lot of attacking and blocking, and then strength because strength weapons are usually the best weapons in this game. Dexterity weapons are also pretty good. You got your warrior, which is more vitality based. I would not recommend choosing him, however, even though he has higher HP. Personally, I prefer the warrior over the knight, but it's up to you which one you want to choose. The Wanderer, I'm not really sure what I'm not really into the rest of these classes, to be honest, but from what I can see, it is dexterity based, so if you want to focus on dexterity weapons versus more defensive weapons, go ahead. More defensive gear, then yeah. Thief. So the Thief starts off with an item called a Master Key, which is one of the gifts you could choose from. We'll get into that in a minute, but, you know, pretty helpful. More dexterity based again, pretty good, I guess. Bandit. I don't really know much about the Bandit. I really don't know much about these guys because I've only played the Warrior class so far. Sorcerers, and let me talk about the Sorcerer real quick. Never use Sorcerer in your first playthrough, because it has so little vitality and defense that it's going to die really quickly. Sorcery in this game is pretty broken, but if an enemy gets through your sorcery, you're going to die. I'm just going to say that right now. Oh, that goofy smile. I love that smile. I'm sorry. This is why I'm picking this dude. So yeah, pretty good class, but you're going to not really get far with a tiny little sword like that. Pyromancer, which uses fire-based magic. If you don't choose a Pyromancer now, you won't be able to use Pyromancy for a long time in the game, because I don't think you get it really early on. Cleric is good for healing and stuff, of course. Not really, unless you play PvP, I don't think a Cleric is that good. And Depraved, honestly, isn't that bad. I personally might go with Depraved just to start off, just because I've already played as the Warrior. As you can see, all of its stats start out as 11, so it's basically middle of the road. You can do whatever you want with this. And people say that's not good. One of my favorite classes of Bloodborne is the Wasted Skin class, because it starts off at an earlier level, and you're allowed just to really do whatever you want. Create a freedom with it, instead of picking something like this, which starts off with heavy clad gear. But that being said, I already played this game, so I might as well do Depraved. Gift. Gifts. Okay. Goddess's Blessing sounds good. You get it fully restores HP and status, but that's a one-time use item. You can't use it again. Black Fire Bomb, same thing. You can't use it again once you use it. It's a deadly bomb, pretty useful, but honestly not worth it. Twin Humanities. You get tons of humanity throughout this game. You don't really need Twin Humanity to start off with. Binoculars, you can get this really, really early in the game, so not really worth it. Pendant. I don't really see the point of this. Maybe it's for item quest. I don't know. Tiny Being's Ring grants small increased HP, and just get the Master Key. Don't care about any of these items. The Master Key is extremely helpful. It basically is a permanent item that lets you go through certain doors that you couldn't if you didn't have this in the first place, and you don't get the Master Key in the game until a lot later in the game. If you choose the Thief already starts with the Master Key, so you don't have to choose the gift Master Key, but still, if you're playing as any class that isn't Thief, the Master Key is the one you want to go with every time. The rest sound good, but trust me, you're going to get plenty of these items regardless. Goddess's Blessing, honestly, is too good to even waste. Don't even bother using these. Just please, go with the Master Key, dude. You want it. Physique is just... Why does it just change the size of my head? Like, nothing else changes, just boink. We're gonna go with top heavy, because honestly, I just love how his head is a lot smaller to me. Oh, sorry for that butt crack. That's a tough choice. Actually, there's not much of a difference. Tiny head isn't really tiny head at all. It just makes the head tiny, but everything else normal. So I'm gonna go with tiny head just because it looks funny. So yeah, as you can see, the class also determines what gear I start off with. As you see here, it shows he has like a good leather gear set. He has not the Master Key. He has like a good armor set, which is good for defense. Not the gift, Jesus. And so on, so on, so on. So that is one downside, I guess, of the Depraved. Depraved is that it does start off with nothing. You don't really get anything with it. That's a tough one. I'll go with Warrior. I know I played with it already, but to be honest, I don't really want to do anything Pyromancer related or anything. Even though I did at one point, hey, if I ever want to play as a Pyromancer, I'll go back and do it. So we got ourselves Billy Bob. And yeah, you can see there's some... Sorry. There's a lot of options for customization. Future games have way more options. I think the best customization screen in all the games, at least in my opinion, is Bloodborne. Bloodborne has some good customization options. I have facial hair. I just want to see facial hair, man. Hair color, jaw, cheeks, eyes, eyebrow. I guess not. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's just move on. So just as a brief recap, if your first playthrough is of this game, as you're in your first playthrough of this game, play with Warrior. Okay? Always choose the Master Key unless you're playing as Thief, because you start it with that automatically before you say, oh, maybe I should play as the Thief. Here's the Thief stats in comparison, by the way. I mean, unless you want to do a Dexterity build, I'd still recommend the Warrior. The Warrior is just an easier class to get into. So let's do this. I'm personally skipping the first cutscene. The first cutscene's amazing, but I wanted you guys to see that for yourselves. So basically what happens is in the first cutscene she talks about basically once every now and then, like the prophecy says a lost one is going to become the hero or whatever, and you're stuck in this dungeon. Grab dungeon key, which is different from the master key. Open the gate. Some guy basically drops the item with that item, a body with that item down, and you grab it from them. These red scars are messages. You see a lot of these from players, usually trolls, so like, just ignore them. You start off with a broken sword, you get some other your main weapons later. So you could kill these dudes, they're not really alive anyway. That dude is jacked, leg is jacked. Oh, okay, that's his foot. I thought his knee was like bent backward for a second. Don't really kill them, really. They're not really worth farming. Even early on, they're just not really worth fighting. I think this guy will attack here. Nope, never mind. You do get your items soon. Your actual weapon your class starts with soon. I'm not sure. I'm only going to be playing until I beat the first boss in this area, which is honestly not that hard of a boss. It's tough, but if you know what to do, it's not. So, resting at the bonfire, these are basically your save points. They save the game, and, well, you get the option to save a little bit later. You can upgrade your stats at these, and they also replenish your health and an item we don't have quite yet, as well as resetting all enemies in the game, except for bosses, and I think there's a specific enemy or two that don't respawn. But other than that, for the most part, the enemies respawn when you rest of the bonfire, which is good for farming. So in this store is a boss which you can fight now, but I would not recommend it. The boss is actually a really tough boss. As you can see, crotch up there. I never noticed that actually. Wow. So when you jump in, it drops down. What you're gonna do is just run for the door. Don't fight the boss. You can fight the boss right now, but to be honest, with little gear you have, it's not worth the hassle whatsoever. Here's another bonfire, I guess. If you do beat the boss before going through that door, it does drop a very special item that you can't get otherwise, but in New Game Plus you can just beat that boss in like 2 hits anyway, so it's not really worth it. Village body, get the shield. What's in this room? Nothing. Here's our gear setup, change equipment. I'm gonna equip the shield. Hold the shield by using L1. And this is basically your block. It's nothing special. Honestly, I keep pressing square. Honestly, after playing Sekiro, archers suck. They are, in my opinion, probably my least favorite enemy in that game. But we got a better sword, so we could easily kill enemies now. And through this fog gate is an enemy being kicked into the fog gate and bouncing off like a freaking ping pong ball. Is just like a small area where we can... Basically, there's the courtyard we were in. I don't think you could get down there. I think you could... Oh, you can jump, huh? Yeah. You can't jump in this game, huh? Is this one that has the ball trap? No, it isn't. I can't go up the stairs there. Just explore each area to its full potential. Though note there are hidden bosses, some certain like really tough bosses in certain areas that you don't want to run into, especially early on. A lot of them are bosses you're meant to fight later. So I don't know what's down there, but up here is a rock trap. Just fall down the stairs and you take a little bit of damage, but I'd rather take 2 damage than a full freaking ball of damage, you know? This is the guy that saved your life.
Regrettably, but at that point, now I'm What?
He was gonna die anyway. It's worth getting those points, and that doesn't really do anything in terms of like people hating you in this game. So, oh, nice little shortcut. I don't think I remember that before. Huh. Regardless, SS flasks are pretty simple. I'm actually gonna go rest. I think that resets the ball trap, so note that. I am straight up used to Sekiro, because Sekiro, the game is just so different. You're so fast in that game. I'm just like, oh my god, move faster, you stupid piece of shit. Okay, so the ball trap doesn't reset, but this motherfucker is here. How dare you, disrespect me? I'll disrespect you. And I used Acid Flask on Excellent. Luckily, though, those items actually replenish when you rest at a bonfire, so that's not a big deal. Though, be very, what's the word I'm looking for? I have an arrow sticking out of what looks like my dick. What? Conservative with your SS Flask. Don't use them just for a 2 HP heal, because honestly, they're much more worth saving for if you need to get away and again heal. Through that gate is the first boss. We'll fight that guy in a second. Over here is a tougher enemy. Bitch! Only I can use that. My sword went through your shield and you still died. God damn. Eh, that's not a bad deal. Locked, okay. Now we're gonna fight the Asylum Demon. The Asylum Demon can be pretty hard, but if you drop down on its face from up there, you can do so much damage to it, and I would recommend fighting it right here. Getting hammered. I suck. Okay. Dodge his attack and just bum rush it. Occasionally it will fly up in the air and do a butt flop, but you shouldn't have to worry about that much. Okay, let's walk away from it so I can heal. Not that hard of a boss fight, but if you don't have a shield and like good gear, you're gonna lose that guy a few times probably. Got a humanity as well as it. Do I not get souls for that? There we go. I was about to say. I was like, souls, you son of a bitch. Up there is where you want to go, but for now I do want to head back to that. One part where there's that one door. I don't think I can open that door right now. I think I have to come back to it later. God damn it, did not. Ooh, short bow, nice. That's a rare drop. Man, I miss those physics. They removed those in Sekiro for some reason. I miss them. They're fucking hilarious when that enemy's just like freaking stick to your body and just fling around like you, with you. It's fun, but morbid, but fun. What's up, boys? So, yeah, now the thing about it, I don't think I can get through this door yet. There's a key I have to get later in the game that lets me here. Oh well. Worth a shot. You do have the ability to come back here, I think, immediately after you leave it in the first place, but I would personally not recommend doing that because it's honestly not going to be worth your time because there's some hard enemies in this area after that, and you just... before you walk up there, I do believe there is some collectibles. I think it's down here. No. Huh. There it is. I knew there was. Soul of the Lost Undead. There are several versions of these. There goes my beanie again. Several versions of these that give you a certain amount of souls each. They're very helpful to collect. I would not recommend popping them now, popping as in using them, because they are very worth your time saving for certain events, for specific reasons. I'm double checking if there's any other item that I can miss. Apparently not. Let's go. Be back soon. And that is how you get through the first area, beginning tutorial area of the game.
But one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
In Lordran, level up, and so you level up Kindle, which I don't think you have the item you need to do that with yet. And leveling up, you basically use the souls you've collected from enemies to strengthen your stats. This is a very crucial mechanic. Make sure to keep doing this repeatedly through the game to keep your character leveled up. That being said, when you die, you actually lose your souls, and you can get them back from where you last died. But if you die again without collecting your souls from your previous death, they are gone forever. You never get them back again. So if you have a lot of souls and you're about to fight a boss, I would highly recommend spending them souls. I'm going to go with 2 in Vitality, and since I'm mostly going to focus on strength in this run, I'm going to go with 1 in strength. And 1 in endurance. We'll just keep those balanced a little bit. Endurance also increases my equipment load so I can hold more stuff. Yep, there's equipment limitations. Kind of like Skyrim, actually. So that's my current equipment load. Heavier, basically, the more heavy looking the gear, the heavier it is. Like giant heavy steel armor is going to be super heavy compared to, say, a cloth cloak that doesn't have any defense. But in return, I also get a lot more defenses. Like, look at them stats. That's me at my beginning level, which is level 4. So, but that doesn't really do much when you're fighting monsters that can shoot laser beams at you from across the map. God damn it, I did it again. 3 humanity, not bad. So, this is where I'm going to end it off. Don't hit that guy. Not everything in this game is going to kill you. That guy doesn't kill you, but please, just don't hit that guy. For the love of God, I made the mistake once, and oh God, it was not fun. So there we have it. Dark Souls, the Asylum, beginning of the game. Get the Master Key every time. I don't care what class you play as, unless it's the Thief itself. Don't choose anything but the Master Key. You won't be able to get that until a lot later in the game. It's not worth it. Just get the Master Key now. Start with the Warrior class or Knight class. I'd personally go with the Warrior because the stats are more balanced and good for first players. Don't go with the Sorcerer class in your first playthrough because it's honestly not fun. I played as a Sorcerer in Dark Souls 2, and I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the Sorcerer in this game. I think it's a good class, but it just... I don't know. Low defense sucks. Let's just say that much. That is pretty much all I have to say about this game. Dark Souls is a fun game. This is a good start of the game, and I can't wait to play more of it. This is my second playthrough of this, by the way. And it sucks I'm not playing New Game Plus, but whatever. Regardless, I'm gonna go check out videos with Pyromancers because I might try out a Pyromancer just to be sure if I don't want to play as it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys whenever. Party